Finally found a ticket machine that's still working. Do you think that life is getting better or worse here in Hong Kong? Raj is taking on a whole new meaning. Oh, yeah, please. What is the best way to do that? Trying to buy you a drink at the club, but you have to do your COVID test first, okay? Hey, Sick Jaw Fan Me. Welcome. It's the most capitalist place on the planet, where East meets West. A place I am very familiar with. Welcome to Hong Kong. Oh man, this is such a Hong Kong rooftop right here. In Hong Kong, one of the biggest problems is that the apartments, the houses are all tiny. They're the size of shoeboxes. There's just not enough space. So often what Hong Kongers do is they go to the rooftop and they use that as like a second storage room. So here you have all these boxes lined up. Got like an old record player over here. Who even knows what all this stuff is? Over there we got a building under construction. You might hear the noise. Guys, oh man, I can't lie. This is going to be kind of a tough one for me. I've been to Hong Kong many times, many times, but I haven't been back for over 3 years. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take you with me on a tour around the city. As you can see, I'm dressed like a finance bro. Perfect disguise if you want to blend in Hong Kong. I'm really not sure what we're going to find as we're walking around today, but I'm eager to find out. So, 我哋行啦. So my apartment here in Hong Kong is on the 5th floor of a 5-story walk-up building, which means I gotta walk all the way down now. In my dress shoes. You'll see this outside of a lot of doors in Hong Kong. It's basically wishing that the person comes back home safe, brings back wealth, prosperity, brings back the good life. Alright, still got 4 more floors to walk down. Oh. I see that we're going to have some lovely weather for the walk today. I've never made a vlog holding an umbrella before. First time for everything. You're going to see a lot of those driving around Hong Kong. Money is God out here. You making a video in Hong Kong also?
Oh, not really.
Not really? Just out here to take pictures?
Yeah, just took a few pictures.
Oh, okay.
So you're visiting or?
Yeah, I just got here.
Oh, really?
I'm probably like one of the first visitors here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 你係香港人啊?
Yes.
Things get cheaper?
I think it's almost the same, I think.
Things never get cheaper in Hong Kong, I guess. All right, hold on. Quick interruption as we have the sound of construction all around me. If you ask any person who's achieved some kind of success in their life, they generally have one thing in common, and that is that they read a lot of books. Knowledge is power, and I love to read myself, and that's why I like today's sponsor, Blinkist. Blinkist helps break down a book into key points that you can easily digest in 15 minutes or less. And in 2023, I'm trying to learn as much as I can about each of the countries I plan to visit. Blinkist will help a lot with that, since I don't have the time every single week to read a full book like Lex Friedman. Whatever reading goal you have for 2023, Blinkist can help with that. Blinkist is something that you can easily incorporate into your daily schedule. It breaks each book down into key points, which they call blinks. It also has an audio feature so that you can listen to the key points on your way to work or wherever else. So for example, I've been using Blinkist to read this book called Prisoners of Geography. So here we have it in the Blinkist app. And as you can see, Blinkist says it will take about 14 minutes to read. You can click on a section for more details. And again, if you want an audiobook version, all you have to do is just click this little button up here at the top. With the Connect feature, your account can be shared by 2 different accounts. And this is definitely my kind of thing because I love learning about history and geopolitics, how the world works. I mean, it's got over 5,500 books, which have been read and then transcribed into key points by humans, not machines, which has to count for something in today's day and age. So give it a try. You can get 25% off a Blinkist Premium account and get 2 memberships for the price of 1. Start your 7-day trial by clicking the link in the description. And now, back to exploring Hong Kong. If you're ever in Hong Kong Island and you want to walk around, don't trust what it tells you on Google Maps. Not in like a censorship way. I mean, the island has a lot of elevation. The topography is very elevated. You know, you're basically walking up hills all the time. So it can be a real workout going from one street to the other. Lately, do you think life is getting better or worse in Hong Kong?
Well, I would say worse, probably, because of the entire environment, politicals and economics and everything. It's not on the bright side, I have to say. And I think most people are not very happy.
Not very happy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was.
Without going too deep, I think that's.
No, you don't have to go too deep. Don't worry. Yeah. I understand. You really can't deny that Hong Kong, especially Hong Kong Island, is a very cool-looking city. It's undeniable. I mean, when you first get here, your first impression is inevitably going to be. Actually, your first impression is going to be that the city is expensive as fuck. But after that, it's going to be that it's a very cool-looking city. Hong Kong just has this retro feel owing to the fact that many of the buildings were constructed in the 60s or 70s, mixed with Blade Runner, mixed with mountains. As you're doing your walk up the hills of Hong Kong Island, you could stop into one of the numerous free public restrooms. I've never walked up so many stairs to go to the bathroom before. There's just one small problem with the public restrooms here. All the toilets are squatters. I hope you've been working out your quads if you want to go to the bathroom here. You can actually take these staircases that we've been walking up higher and higher and up until eventually you'll get to the point where the building stops and you're in wilderness. So it takes too long to get up there. We're not doing that today. Not while I'm wearing these. Check this out right here. Look at how expensive the apartments are here on Hong Kong Island. This is a single apartment, saying that it's got 3 rooms. It's going for 17 million Hong Kong dollars. It's about 2.5 million US. This one over here, 35 million.
But I think that this one you can see that. And then also have a high ceiling. It's a 3.5 here.
Oh, Aberdeen, okay.
Yeah.
You can imagine me living there? Most of the buyers for these apartments, are they local Hong Kongers or mainland Chinese?
Oh, luxury property have a main market. The majority buyer is the mainland China.
Mainland Chinese.
Yeah.
Okay.
So where do you come from?
The U.S., New York.
Oh, New York.
Yeah.
New York is also have a rich country.
Yeah. It's probably the most similar city to Hong Kong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Plenty of people dressed up like this and everything, spending tons of money. Even the way they title things here in Hong Kong just makes you feel really poor, you know? This over here is called the Wright Mansion. Every other thing in Hong Kong is a mansion. By the way, you may have noticed that I'm just going up to people here and speaking in English. Now, the main language in Hong Kong is Cantonese. You may have heard a few things about Cantonese. You may have heard that it's Chinese, the same as Mandarin. You may have also heard that Cantonese is just a dialect of Mandarin or a dialect of Chinese. That's a bunch of nonsense. Cantonese is its own distinctive language. Cantonese is as different from Mandarin as Spanish is from Italian. Which sadly is why I can't speak it that well. So I'll fall back on my Cantonese if I need to. It's very, very basic. Sorry, my Cantonese is terrible. But thankfully Hong Kongers, thanks to the British colonization, speak very, very good English. So if you decide on that particular day that you don't want to get any cardio walking up 20 flights of stairs to get back to your shoebox, you can just take this escalator right here. Hi. And I just asked somebody, and they told me that this is actually the longest escalator in the world. Is that true? The longest escalator in the world?
Yeah.
There we go.
It is.
Confirmed. However, it does not go back down. Let's keep sloping down, as Miss Josie would say. Whew. Oh man. Finally got to the bottom of this staircase. And I just realized now that I lost my umbrella. Remember that umbrella I had before? I always do that. You never get used to carrying an umbrella around. Which is a problem out here in Hong Kong. Because it rains a lot. What's this?
It's for Israeli celebration. Yeah, you can see it about it there.
An Israeli celebration?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody always thinks I'm Jewish. Hong Kong. So westernized that you'll even find white people on the streets spamming you with stuff. Here we are, downtown, central Hong Kong. It's kind of like the Times Square, Shibuya. If you've been anywhere in Hong Kong, you've probably been here. It's hilarious. As soon as you walk out of Central Station, probably the biggest station in Hong Kong, this place just tries to emasculate you financially, immediately. You're surrounded all of a sudden by Louis Vuitton, Giorgio Armani down there, just all these super expensive brands and everything that you'll never be able to afford. All the cars on the street are suddenly BMWs. Now I say that, but there is a way that you can afford these things. Number one, if you're a rich Chinese tourist from the mainland, which is what a lot of these shops catered to originally, and for that reason, a lot of them have gone out of business. The other way to afford these things is if you're from the elite class of Hong Kong. Who are the elite class? Well, it's the roughly 20% of the population that works in the financial industry. In Hong Kong, the biggest dream of youngsters is not to grow up and be an astronaut or a teacher. No. It's to grow up and be an investment banker. It's to flip dividends. And the profits for doing that, unsurprisingly, are immense. So immense that the banks here, the financial institutions, are able to attract Westerners from across the globe to come over here. So you'll see your typical Wall Street bros walking around. You'll see lots of people walking around in suits just like this. The Sai Zhong Yao, as the locals refer to them. If I've ever seen a building that is a good representation of the Shinra building, it's that one. There's more money and power in that building than in many small nations. It's insane. It's very interesting. 3 years ago, I don't remember seeing a sign like this. It's talking about the 73rd anniversary of the Chinese nation. Do you think that life is getting better or worse here in Hong Kong?
I guess it's okay, everything considered.
Okay.
It's a relatively safe place, I guess, depending on what you want. But if you just want to have, a place to live, I guess it's okay. But yes, definitely a lot of people that I know have moved back to, live somewhere else.
Interesting. So this right here is a government-run COVID testing facility. If you're trying to fly into Hong Kong, you would get here and you're supposed to do, well, up until recently, you had to do, I think, a week or more of testing. You had to come here multiple times. You would make an appointment, you would wait on this line, and you get like a test after a little bit. It's all free, thankfully. Just a little bit annoying. It's really interesting because on a normal day, as I remember, 3 to 5 years ago, this square would be rammed with tourists. Hong Kong is one of the most visited cities in the world. At least it used to be. And now, I'm pretty sure I'm the only tourist here. Haven't seen anybody. And these tents are a big reason for that. Not to say they don't help prevent COVID, but, who wants to fly across the world, spend thousands of dollars, then have to spend 3 days being subjected to COVID tests, home quarantine, yada, yada, yada. Supposedly, the Hong Kong government is about to get rid of that because they have realized that not great for the tourist industry. But it might be too late. Everybody wants to go to Japan now, or South Korea. Hong Kong, as it has always been, is truly a society of haves and have-nots. It used to be that the haves were the British and the local Hong Kong elites. They've been replaced by the Chinese. But the Hong Kong elites are still there. But it's a crazy society. You have people making hundreds of thousands of dollars, living right alongside people that are making just a couple $1,000s a month. I know. I was one of those people, making just a couple of thousand, barely surviving. However, if you haven't noticed, since then I have become one of the Saizhong Yao. Lege Bugatti hai Mexico. The one thing that both the nationalists, the protesters, and even the Chinese government can all agree on is that the housing market is out of control. There's no affordable housing. People are really in tough situations. It can be very difficult to live here if you don't have a good job. Okay, you know, I like Hong Kong Island, but let's go somewhere a little more casual. Let's get on the metro, let's head over to Kowloon. It's really interesting to see all these broken machines across the station. Is that because of the recession or because of the events of 3 years ago? Finally found a ticket machine that's still working. So let's pick a place to go to. So down here is Hong Kong Island, all the Saizhong Yao. And then up here, this is where the people are at. So where can we go? Yau Monte, Jordan. How about Mong Kok? Mong Kok has, well, first of all, it's a great name, Mong Kok. And then also, there's a lot of good little food stalls there. Let's go check it out. Ngon diu. Diu lì lộn mô à. All jokes aside, Hong Kong actually has a very nice metro. One of the, if not the best in the world, I would say. And I love me some good public transportation. Alright, here we go. Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stops. Thinking of going to this place called the Ladies Market, which not quite what it implies. I know after being in Japan, every time you hear girls or ladies anything, it's about to be weird. Now the Ladies Market is this famous kind of tourist attraction. They used to sell lots of souvenirs, stuff like that. You'd find tons of tourists there back in the day. Really interested to see what it looks like now. Poor homie's got to play music with masks on, outside. I feel for them. See, you thought that Shibuya in Tokyo was busy. Hong Kong is like that on every other street. So this is something new. Look at this. Just one message after another. I bought like this kind of tourist SIM card. I've gotten a billion messages that all say the same thing. Thank you for buying the SIM card. You need to activate it. You need to register it. And this is something new, because by register, they mean that I need to upload a picture of my passport. They need all my personal details. And it's not recognizing my passport picture. So I have to walk around Hong Kong without a SIM card. I know. Stop whining. I'm also whining because it's raining again and I don't have my umbrella. Which means I gotta go buy a new one. Because the Ladies Market is right there. And I want to walk through it. Alright. Let's go hit up the Hong Kong 7-Eleven. She opened the umbrella for me. In spite of all the problems that I've been talking about in this video so far, Hong Kongers are some of the most polite, kind people you can ever meet in your life. Some of my favorite people. Wow, so this is the market. Like half the stalls are missing now. Back in the day, all these stalls would be taken. There's a fee they have to pay to be here, obviously, but I guess with the lack of tourists coming in from both China and abroad, they can't afford it anymore. 3 years ago, if you came here, you'd be shoulder to shoulder with some guy from Latvia, somebody from Shanghai, right next to another person from Japan. There'd be so many tourists here. Hong Kong has really changed. Should I go for the Euro wallet, the Malaysian wallet, the Banco de Mexico wallet? 500 pesos. Wasn't expecting that one. Let's go for the 1,000 Hong Kong dollar bill wallet. I didn't even know they had a bill that large. Maybe they don't.
How long have you been in Hong Kong?
1 day.
1 day.
Yeah. I know it's pretty rare to see a tourist, right?
For business or?
Just travel.
Oh, travel.
I know. I must be one of the first ones here.
Oh.
How has it been here the past 3 years? Has it been tough? Not as many tourists?
Yeah.
Business is tough?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Hong Kong style. Sorry.
I do need more bags. What do you recommend for me? That one? They go higher. Beating, man. Gating, man. Oh, okay. 90 蚊 百濕，可唔可以啊？OK，可以。一個，
你講中文好叻。
唔係，我識講國語廣東話
麻麻地。
麻麻地係。
OK，麻麻地 OK 㗎啦，好好。
Oh man, it's just too much rain out here in Hong Kong. What should we do until the rain calms down? It's not really great to be walking around with these giant puddles. Should we get a foot massage from the place with the flickering sign? I've never had a foot massage in my life. Let's go support the Hong Kong economy. When you walk into these old buildings in Hong Kong, they just look like, some of these buildings are, 100 plus years old. And they just look very, very sketchy. They're not, but they look that way. Like if this was like the Bronx, I could shit myself right now.
Hey, hello.
Hello, been a while.
有嚟啊
Okay.
半馬莎
有英文啊？係 foot massage.
半馬莎時
係 45 minutes.
呢個咧有65有梳打
Okay.
有梳打拖咩
Okay.
呢個 OK 梳打半馬莎時65呢個
Okay.
拖咩 OK 呢個咩
Maybe just foot massage.
呢度想話做20分鐘啱唔啱嘅好呢個半馬莎時咩啲骨
His foot massage is very good. Oh, okay.
咩啲骨
Okay. 佢係好犀利。
好犀利
I really don't know what I just signed up for.
就揾我黃就
A little bit worried. I'm not sure if this is the massage that either you or me were expecting. This is a very interesting map right here. I had no idea that my gonads, my sexual glands, were located in my foot. This massage has taken on a whole new meaning. 脚的里面有所有的这个东西啊。你叫咩名啊？
我唔叫阿紅啊。
紅。OK。你住在九龍或者川低啊？
九龍。
OK。你覺得香港嘅生活貴唔貴啊？
貴啊！
貴啊！
房屋貴啊！
非常貴。
非常貴啊！
我也覺得。
我哋住政府㗎。
我嘅歌係細，新的感覺。
新的感覺。
係。
好不好？
好，你講得好。OK，多謝。 你哋都係香港人啊？
係
啊，OK。
你講句咩呢個？
多謝你哋，多謝，拜拜。你好啊，你好得意啦。All right, there you have it. For just $20, you can have your gonads, your anus, your esophagus, everything. You can stimulate everything. No need to go to Thailand. You just go right here to the foot palate in Mongkok. The rain has stopped. You can come back outside. There's no way you can come to Hong Kong and not have some of the food here. Some of the best food in the world. So let's go find us a nice traditional Hong Kong meal. Got the traditional dim sum menu right here. Waiting to have this for a long time. What do I do?
You open the QR code.
Gotta show that I'm vaccinated.
This QR code.
Okay.
This.
Okay. So the way that it works in Hong Kong, also in a lot of places in China, you got the menu. You're right. You put a little check next to what you want. And then you somehow get the waitress's attention. What are your names?
Marco.
Marco? Alvin. Marco and Alvin just helped me pick out like my dishes here at the dim sum restaurant. See you later. So those two guys just told me that so many people that they know, the majority of people that they know in fact, have left Hong Kong to move to places like Canada, the UK. Very interesting to see the differences in perspectives here in Kowloon compared to Hong Kong Island. Alright, here we go. Beef siu mai. That's like the all-time classic Hong Kong dish right there. Siu mai. You know, whether it's pork, beef, can't go wrong with that. And then these are kind of like a meatball, beef meatball. And over here you got like your little sauces. This one's like malajiang, malayo. That's gonna be spicy. You'll find that in almost every Chinese restaurant. Just a little bit of spiciness on there. And there we go, we're ready to go. Alright, now that I am well fed, let's proceed to the final plan for tonight. Let's go to Long Kwai Fong, the most famous nightlife area of Hong Kong, and see if people are still going out here. Damn, they're still out here 2 hours later. And they've still got the masks on.
Thank you.
Alright. Finally got the chance to ride the ding ding. Hong Kong's most classic form of transportation. Lei ho. There's a party ding ding behind me. I got on the wrong ding ding. Don't you hate when you get on the wrong ding ding? Oh yeah, please. What is the best way to do that? I'm trying to think. Like, I should jump over here and like walk over. I don't know if that's possible. Hold up. I'm too sober to do that right now, you know?
You want to flip?
What's the plan? We're gonna jump this side.
No. Yeah,
Let's keep it Japanese. At the most infamous bar in Hong Kong, the 7-Eleven.
16
You don't black or
Kanpai. Hey, 你好。你收唔收湯和冇飲過嘢 God, I am so suave. We definitely did not set this up in advance. Hey, what's up? Hi. How is life in Hong Kong?
It's great. How are you?
Doing good.
Wait, so you're just like...
How old are you? Like 15? 20?
22.
Alright, close enough. This whole area seems a lot more sober than the last time I was here. Who's screaming my head? Hi. Go into a club in Hong Kong, or is it a bar also? Like any bar? Any bar or club in Hong Kong, you have to do a COVID test. to go in. So what the clubs are doing are they're just selling COVID tests right outside the door. So it's how much? 40 for one? Okay. Now what do I do? Pour that in there.
Wait for it.
Okay. All right, so okay, she said if 2 lines show up, you have COVID. Otherwise, you're good. And there's definitely no way to hack this system if you wanted to. I'm trying to buy you a drink at the club, but you have to do your COVID test first, okay? How excited are you to come to Hong Kong? Am I right?
You also need to write down your name.
You also need to write your name. All right. We are now ready to get a drink. Amazing. All right. Are we ready to go in? All right, thank you. That was so much fun, clubbing in Hong Kong. Can't wait to do it again. Taking all the spontaneity out of it. All right, I'll see you later. And so, in many ways, this is still the same Hong Kong that I always knew. And in fact, with the border with China currently closed, it's more Cantonese feeling than ever. More Hong Kong feeling than ever. I only hear Cantonese on the streets. Like right now. But Hong Kong is changing, and that's inevitable. In 2047, the agreement is set to have Hong Kong rejoin the mainland, become just another place in China, as they say. But as many Hong Kongers know, it feels like that's happening already. As many Hong Kongers emigrate out of Hong Kong to the West, Taiwan, or neighboring countries, many more than that will be coming in from mainland China. Both migrant workers and investors, property tycoons, people with a lot of money. Hong Kong's place as a financial bridge between the West and mainland China means that it'll always have an important place in the world. It will be hard for anything to change that much. But Hong Kong will also never be the same. The spirit is different now. The rich will continue to get richer. The struggling will continue to struggle. Struggle more than they ever have. Hong Kong is the only place in the world where you can find people living in literally coffin homes, where your entire apartment, your home, is just a single bed. But with all that said, I still love this place. Some of my best memories are from here. And I hope you'll join me as I take you to the parts of Hong Kong that no one ever shows. Oh, the weather's almost decent. The granny's got the umbrellas out to protect from the sun. All right, I'll see you there, wherever we're going. Hatzigin.